Now, speaking of that, some people here in Connecticut are trying to help with the evacuation effort. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Mike Savino continues our coverage right now with more on what's being done. Mike?
Well, Mark, there's veteran groups that are using their experience and their contacts to try and help some of their Afghan allies get out of the country. And that's just the beginning, because any refugees that are able to get out will need support starting over.
We all sort of serve as trusted voices because we've been there.
Veterans of the war in Afghanistan are stepping up as the Biden administration moves forward with pulling the military out of the country. Groups like Digital Dunkirk are helping people navigate the process, fill out the paperwork, even get them to the airport. But they also say it's been a challenge even before today's terrorist attacks in Kabul.
At the moment, I've got a boatload of Americans that are stuck outside the airport. I'm trying to get in.
It's not just U.S. citizens. These veterans groups also say we have an obligation to tens of thousands of Afghans who supported the 2-decade military mission.
Many of the interpreters we worked with took great risk to work with us. They kept us safe by allowing us to communicate.
These veterans feel a moral obligation to help. The Taliban is doing what it can to keep Afghans from leaving, setting up roadblocks and checkpoints. Still, experts say the U.S. failing to help Afghans could make it hard to find allies in other countries in the future.
The United States needs to find a way to get anybody out that was working with us, and that might mean we have to stay longer.
For Afghans who do get out, the work doesn't stop once they reach U.S. soil. Groups in Connecticut are ready to help them find housing and supplies, as well as jobs.
They're definitely leaving with nothing but what they have on their backs.
Experts were already skeptical the U.S. could evacuate everyone by Biden's August 31st deadline. Today's attack only makes that more doubtful.
There's a reasonable chance that we see an extension of the deadline, that the president will be forced to do that.
Now, Kevin Butterbaugh, that professor that you just heard from, he says that the U.S. does have some leverage if it wants to negotiate with the Taliban. First, the Federal Reserve can freeze most of the Taliban's bank accounts, and both sides have a common enemy in ISIS. Live from the studio, Mike Savino, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Mike, thank you very much. Now, a lot of reaction is coming in right now from all across the nation and, of course, right here in Connecticut. Senator Chris Murphy tweeted, that he is working to stay up to date right now with all the developments from Afghanistan. He also thanks U.S. troops and diplomats currently on the ground there. Representative Jim Himes, also chiming in, said that he is praying for the families of the service members who were killed. You can find more reaction from local lawmakers on our app, and be sure to stay with Channel 3.